Hello, everyone. Um, for those of you guys who don't know me, my name is Waseem Haider, and I am a professor of mechanical and materials engineering at Central Michigan University here in the United States. So, you might have heard in the news about the U.S. travel ban, um, and of course, for all incoming international students, they are really worried about it. So, I thought it might be a good idea for me to come over and try to explain you what exactly is that and how it can affect or how it will affect international students. First of all, this US travel ban, there is nothing confirmed yet, which means there is nothing official from the US government to any international or foreign countries, consulates or embassies. There's no official notification yet. However, there are a lot in the news, on the social media, on the television, everywhere that US will be banning several countries, and their citizens will not be allowed to come to the US. So let me tell you, in general, they are saying that there will be three categories. There is a red list countries, there is orange list countries, and then there is a yellow list countries. Yet red list countries are the ones which will be completely banned to enter United States. Again, as I said, there's nothing confirmed yet, um, but and the second category is the orange list, which contains countries that there'll be highly restricted visa regulations for those countries. And and the third one is the yellow list, which basically requires their governments to work, and they have a 60 days to work on certain things before they can, otherwise they would be put in that orange or the red list category. Anyway, so there are many students who are in the process of applying or who have already got admissions and scholarships to join the U.S. universities in upcoming, summer, fall, or the upcoming spring semesters. So all I wanted to tell you is that you don't have to worry about it. As of now, there is nothing final. There is nothing concrete yet. So if you are in the process of applying, keep doing what you're doing. Okay. Um, if you are appearing in interviews for your admissions or scholarships, keep doing so without thinking that this U.S. travel ban will affect you. So do not worry about it. Okay. And if you have already, by the way, in the process of like applying for the visa, or if you have got an appointment and you just appeared or you will be appearing in the US visa interviews, I can tell you that US embassies and consulates all over the world are normally functioning. Just they were functioning few days or few weeks or few months ago, so there is no issue at all. They have been conducting interviews. They have been issuing visas, student visas, work visas, visit visas, and all those other visas, types of visas are being given to the citizens of different countries. So there is no restrictions. There is no strict policies or anything like that. And of course, there are many people who are just about to appear in visa interviews within the next few weeks or within the next few months. I also want to tell them that there is nothing really to worry about as of now. As you have seen, that this U.S. travel ban has been on the social media and newspapers and televisions everywhere from last few weeks. Um, Someone is asking, Shazib is asking when it will be implemented. Nobody knows yet because there's no official word from the government yet, from the US government yet. They have not informed to public, or they have not informed to the international or foreign missions, foreign embassies abroad. So there's nothing final yet. So if you are about to appear in an interview, please work hard and prepare for your interview and go for interview. Okay. uh, yes, there are some funding restrictions. Government has kind of stopped or restricted some funding, some federal funding. And if some of the students are being supported by those federal grants, they may they may not get the full scholarship. only in certain cases. But if your professors, or if the universities which you are applying, or if the universities which you have gotten admission are, supported by the state or other private agencies, it will not affect you at all. So there is nothing at this point to worry about. Okay. um, yeah, so the government, again, the US government has no official notification yet. So I would say there is no point for you to start worrying. Okay. If you have already gotten your visa, you can enter. Of course, if you have gotten your visa for to join in summer or in fall, you know that you can only enter US 1 month before your start date. Okay, you cannot enter now and wait for your semester to start several months later. That is not possible. So you will have to wait. You can enter on a student visa 30 days before your program starts. So, with that being said, I'll be here for a few more minutes. I can take some of your questions, but I wanted to quickly come online and clarify, because several people have approached me, several people have asked me, and I see many students are really worried about it. They are really worried about their funding. They are worried about their admissions. They are worried about, if they would be able to come to US or not. Um, I know there were some students were really, really worried because they were supported by some very specific federal grants, and then those grants uh, were stopped by the government, and then their scholarships were taken away. Um, but again, there's not a large number of students which falls in that category, because many of the professors get their funding from the state or from non-federal agencies or other private agencies, and so on and so forth. So that should not affect anyone. Um, so with that being said, if you have any questions, go ahead and type it in, and then I would be very happy to answer. Um, so there's another question. It says, any chances that the government would increase the grants in the upcoming months? You never know. Of course, President Trump and the government is trying to bring a lot of business back in America, and so obviously there's always a chances that they can increase federal funding for universities and for other educational institutions. Okay. Excuse me. Okay, any other questions or comments before I go? Um, Please suggest universities for PhD in law. Again, Ebrar, this session is only talking about the travel ban. We'll talk about, there are many. If you go to if you go to Google and type in US News Ranking law, again, if you go to Google and type in US News Ranking law, you would see a lot of universities which offers degree in law. Okay. Another question is, thank you for your guidance. You're very welcome. I am a part of the student community who are working on scholarships. Should we not worry about? Yes, as of now, I would say do not worry about any kind of restrictions. Um, so just keep doing what you're doing. If you're preparing for your applications, keep doing so. If you have already applied, just patiently wait for the decision from the universities. If you have already got acceptance, go ahead and take the visa appointments and apply for the visas. You should be all good. Okay. Any other questions or comments? Okay, thank you. Okay, well, I think I'm gonna cut it short. With that being said, I will see you next time when I come live. Okay. With that being said, I wish you the very best for your applications. Please do not worry. Do not overthink. Don't worry about your the visa and travel bans and everything. Go get admission, get scholarship, apply for US visas, and I really hope. um, okay, Amir is saying that if I can quickly repeat. So I want to quickly tell you that there is no official word from the US government for this travel ban. There are a lot of reports in the newspapers and on the social media, televisions, and everywhere that US is just about to impose travel ban on certain countries. Uh, the first list of the countries, there'll be a complete ban. In the second list of the countries, there'll be a very restricted visa issuance. And then in the third category, the government is giving 60 days for them to kind of like improve some of their things. So there are many countries in Asia. There are about 20 countries or a little over 20 countries in Africa which are going to be part of this travel ban. Um, but again, as of now, there's no final word. There's nothing really to worry about. Okay, there's no final word. There's nothing to worry about. I know there's a lot of students from Africa and there's a lot of students from Pakistan have contacted me and asked me if Pakistan is going to be placed on that list. A lot of news are being reported that they may put Pakistan in the orange list category, which means that there's going to be strict visa regulations. So it does not talk about that there will be a complete U.S. ban. Even if Pakistan is placed in the orange list category, that means strict visa regulations. That does not mean that citizens are not allowed to enter and so on and so forth. Okay. Um, Okay. What African students can do as professors, what do you suggest? Even for African students, I would say that if you are in the process of applying, please keep applying and keep doing the application process. If you have recently got accepted, that's great. Congratulations. Go ahead and apply for your visas. Go ahead and apply for your visas. Um, Obviously, as I said before, most of the time students are only allowed to enter the country 30 days before their program starts. Again, most of the time students are allowed to enter into the country 30 days before their program starts. So let's say even if you have a US visa today, but your program does not start until August, you cannot enter the US now. You have to wait until July, right? As I said, you can enter 30 days in advance. So same thing goes for Pakistani or international or African or any other students. So if you have already got, by the way, the acceptance, go ahead and apply for the student visa or work visa or whatever the visa you're thinking to apply via US embassies and consulates. There is no problem. US embassies are functioning normally. So they are issuing visas to students and to the other group of people. So please do not worry. Okay, another question. It says, some people are saying that we would not be able to get F1 visa if we are in orange list, but still nobody knows, as you said. Even if your country is in the orange list, please, I would say, do not worry. But again, the orange list does not mean that there'll be a strict visa regulations, but it does. But if you are a student, right? If you have not committed any crimes, and if your history is clean, right, so you have nothing really to worry about. I would say do not worry. Please do not worry. Just focus on your application, focus on your interviews, focus on your visa interviews, and so on and so forth. Okay. um, any other questions or comments? Okay, Arif is asking three years degree is accepted or not. A lot of time US has a 4 years degree. So if someone has a 3 years, they can come here and kind of like, take some courses before they get into the master's program. Okay. Well, with that being said, I think I'm gonna cut it short here. And with that being said, we will. I wish you the very best. Please do not worry. Keep applying, and hope to see you one day. Okay. You're very welcome, Shabazz. And for all of those you guys who are applying, please stay in touch. And I wish you the very best. Thank you, and have a good day.